Okay, there's a few things we need to talk about because the next patch is gonna be bringing two really good banners for not only the characters but also the pets. So let's talk if you should be pulling for Tiamat or for Anessa and how many dupes you would need of each character. As usual, before we start, hello nerds, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. Today's topic, not only the patch notes, really quickly going into what's gonna be new, but also over the two banners, which, as I already said, is going to be Tiamat and Anessa. Both characters are worth getting 100%, but clearly there is a winner we all know about, right? That said, let's go a little bit over the patch really quickly before we talk about this, and then we'll go into the banners themselves, because even the pets are pretty good to get. So when we talk about the new content we're getting a Constellation, a Cap increase, which for those of you who don't know, is going to be this one right here. I don't even know what the max level is right now, but we're getting an increase for this system. New missions, we're getting the World 3 expansion, so one more floor in here. The Anessa Bunny skin, finally, this is an easy purchase. This, by the way, is going to be more expensive than the other skins. This is like the Galahad skin. It includes a new ultimate, so it's going to be like $25 instead of just like $5 like this one's right here, right? So if you want to buy it, just know that it's going to be a little bit more expensive than the other skins. That says it looks fantastic, so we're buying this 100%. We're also getting, of course, the new pickup events, which is going to be for both Tiamat and Anessa, including their pets. And we'll talk about this in a second, since that's like the main topic of this video. And then the usual new events and what's going on. I don't know if they mention actually character buffs. It'll be really good, because I haven't seen anything on that regard. And there's a few characters that, you know, would be nice to get a buff, that are kind of useless at the moment. The other interesting thing, outside of events ending and new events being added, is that they're adding new monthly subscription packages, 2 of them actually. We already have one, for those of you who don't know, you have the subscription here, the Pendragon's Legacy. So they are adding 2 more. I don't know how this is gonna work, I don't know what we're gonna be getting. We'll see. I'm going to assume one is for resources, and just getting extra resources, and one might be just like a more expensive Pendragon's Legacy, where you are getting more than 100 crystals per day. Let's say 300 crystals per day, or whatever it is, and it costs like $20 a month, right? Again, I don't know, I'm assuming based on other idle games that I play. We'll see. If they make a resource one, like one for resources, it would be nice to get some of these crystals, because the stones are a really scarce resource at the moment. After the new subscriptions, they're also making some changes. A select number of 5-star characters will have their balance adjusted. So they are buffing characters, they are not saying which ones. So when this comes out, we will see what characters are actually getting buffed, and we can adjust the tier list based on that. Labyrinth content update. Max level for the town base and blacksmith will be raised to 200. Drop rate of Mithril will be increased in the Minotaur King. That's actually nice on both King and Hell difficulty, so you have higher chances of getting gear. Labyrinth is like kind of useless. Also, the materials you get, you never get gear. It's like a 0.1%, right, or something like that. It's really bad. I hope they increase everywhere, not only on the Minotaur King, but we'll see. And then Galahad is getting some new voice lines, inventory expansion from 300 to 500, that is nice, and bulk purchase system added to the shop, which is also really good, because there is a bunch of different shops where you every day buy multiple things, the same things every day. So this is good that you can just go and buy them in one click, right? Pretty good. Now that's it about the patch notes. Again, we'll see what characters are getting buffed. The Anessa skin, it's an instant buy because she looks fantastic. Let's talk about important stuff, and that's going to be who you should be pulling for when it comes to the pets, when it comes to the cards, and when it comes to, of course, both characters, Anessa and Tiamat. Now, all of you know this. Tiamat is the strongest character in the game, right? Like, the strongest character in the game. Even when we talk about going on element, Vivian needs a specific team in order to catch up. Merry needs 5 enemies in order to catch up to Tiamat. Tiamat destroys on every single element we have in the game. So the priority should be going for her. In fact, this is the only character I'm gonna tell people it's worth to actually awaken. I've been, since her banner came out, for 5. I got only 1 copy since her banner, so she scored 6 right now, and I need 1 more in order to awaken. So I would recommend, like, this is the only banner I'm actually gonna recommend. You have to go all in. And the same thing, sadly, has to go for her card and her pet. Her card is the best card in a slot for her. Like, the only reason this card is T0 on the tier list, or used everywhere if you will, is because Tiamat. This is her best card. It's gonna be increasing, of course, not only her magic attack and her critical chance, but also the damage of her active skill, which is where most of her damage comes from, right? And this is a 50% increase. Really, really good. So you need to get as many copies as you can of Tiamat, and you need to get her card as well. What about the pets, and what about Anessa? I'm going to talk about Anessa in a second. When it comes to the pets, both of them are really good. The Tiamat pet is a pet I've been using since forever myself, and I'm gonna be trying to get the last copy that I'm missing. This is a really, really strong pet. This is basically a defense reduction, 10%, on a 3-second duration with a 10-second cooldown. The 10-second cooldown is a little bit big, but this is still really strong. For the most part, at endgame and bossing, for those bosses that have a really, really high defense and damage reduction. And when it comes to the other pet, which is Anessa, honestly, it's also another pet that if you come here to our pet tier list, both of them are used everywhere. And the reason is that if you have used Steria, right? Steria pet, it's a fear on 20-second cooldown, 2-second duration. And then when we talk about Tristan, it's a root, 2-second, 20-second cooldown, right? And then if we talk about Anessa, it's a freeze on a 2-second duration, 20-second cooldown. So they are pets that are used everywhere just for the utility to help you clear enemies faster and also to help you CC bosses. Some bosses are immune to CC, but still they are fantastic pets. All of them also have offensive stats. So should we be going for the Tiamat pet? Should we be going for the Anessa pet, Sefhi? Up to you, both are incredible. I would only go for one because a new player might not have enough resources to go for a max out Tiamat, go for her card, go for a two max out pets, and then have extra resources to pull for Anessa. That's why this patch is gonna be really bad for new players and free-to-plays, because everything is good to pull, even Anessa. I would not recommend going on Anessa to core 7. Of course, you do not need to max her out. Absolutely not. What I will say is a +3 is the bare minimum you need on Anessa. This is a character I use on everything, not only elemental content, because how fast she is used on most bosses that have immunity to hit count, right? So like Queen and similar. She is used on Avalon a lot, on a lot of the gates and a lot of the bosses, and she is used overall on campaign as well when you need a melee team. She's pretty strong. I personally like her even more than Lua, but they have different case scenarios. I will say a +3 Anessa is kind of mandatory to get as well. So this patch is absolutely disgusting for free-to-plays. In my opinion, if you're a new player, I would just focus on Tiamat first, right? And then see how many resources you have and what you want to do. There is no limited characters in this game, and they will keep getting banners later on. So get your Tiamat at least +5. At least +5 Tiamat. And then you are like, okay, do I want to go for Anessa +3, or do I want to go for one of the pets to +4, +5? In my case, I'm going to be getting the last Tiamat I need, and then I might focus on the last Tiamat, or I might just go all in on Anessa copies to get some extra dupes on her, because she's only base copy, right? So I'll see what I do. But yeah, this is a really bad patch for new players. If you don't have a lot of resources saved, good luck with this. I have like 3 multis only and 6k gems. I might be getting fucked. That said though, that's gonna be for this one. If you guys have questions about any other characters, do let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be answering them. And as usual, good luck with your pool dinner. I'll see you in the next one.